Proofs for the existence of God and their critique. Second topic of philosophy of religion. Proofs for the existence of God and their critique, Indian and Western. Indian and Western. Note down. Proofs for the existence of God. Existence of God. One of the most important topic in philosophy of religion. Proofs for the existence of God. First topic, we have already discussed notions of God. Three important notions of God. First one is naturalistic notion of God. Second one is personalistic notion of God. And third, impersonalistic notion of God. Now we are going to discuss proofs for the existence of God. In place of the term proofs, you may write arguments. Note down, arguments for the existence of God. So first of all, we are going to know the meaning of the term arguments or proofs, and second one is existence. Apart from that, we will also try to know the meaning of the term God. What do you mean by God? Generally, God is accepted as generator, operator, and destroyer of this universe. That is accepted as God, generally. God. There is no any definition of God, but we may say like that. So first of all, note down the term existence. Try to understand the meaning of the term existence. Existence. Then we'll discuss different proofs. Clear? Note down the term existence. Existence is one kind of existence is only mental existence. And second is mental as well as real also. Real. Note down. In mind as well as in actuality. Objective reality also. For example, Golden Mountain. It has existence, but where? Well, in someone's mind. Yes? So in our syllabus, we have to study proofs for the existence of God and their critiques. And Indian and Western. This one is the topic. So those who have refuted existence of God, those who have negated existence of God, they have said existence of God is mere imagination. It exists. God exists only in the mind of religious person. It has only mental existence, not in reality. God is not objective reality. Mental existence means mere imagination. Mere imagination. You can correlate it. Yes? So those who have refuted God, they have said, God's mental imagination. It's a kind of, it has existence only in mental level. In mind of whom? Only in religious person's mind. Clear? It has existence, not in reality. Second one is reality also, not only in mind but also in reality. But if you accept in reality, two aspects will come out. Where, in which sense reality? God is real. So those who accepted existence of God, they always accept it is not only it has not only mental in nature, but also its objective reality. God really exists outside, independent from our mind. It has real existence. God has real existence. So real existence where? One thing is that in a space and time, note down. In a space and time. Example, worldly objects. Note down. What do you mean by the term real? Religious persons have accepted God has real existence. What do you mean by the term real? A real means existence like material objects. It has existence in a space and time. Particular space, particular time? Yes or no? So, where it exists? Only in mind or outside from our mind? So, outside from our mind? Yes or no? We have an idea of God, but it indicates objective reality. Reality which has existence outside from our mind. So, what do you mean by reality? In a space and time, worldly objects, if you will accept anything existence in this world, in a space and time, it will become finite and limited. Note down. Finite and limited. Empirical reality. Worldly objects, empirical reality. Which has existence in a space and in time. Note down. All worldly objects have their existence in a space, particular time. They are finite object. perishable? Yes or no? So those who've accepted existence of God, so they have not accepted existence of God like that. God has existence in a space and time. God is not accepted as an empirical reality. Yes or no? So those who've accepted God is real, they have accepted a real beyond a space and time. Note down, beyond a space and time. God has existence, but not in a space and time, but beyond a space and time. Note down the term. Existence, but where? Note करते रहना. Terms should be very, very clear. Term clear तो आगे आगे बढ़ने में आसानी होगी. So, those who have rejected existence of God, they have treated God is mere imagination. It has only mental existence. It exists only religious person's mind. But those who accepted God is real, so we are real. In this world real or somewhere else. So one thing is regarding reality is that a space and time. Marker is real, it has existence in a space and time. Empirical reality, finite and limited, yes or no. So if we accept God has existence in a space and in time, God will also become finite and limited. So another world we will try to create. God has existence, but not in this world. Beyond a space and time. Beyond, bound to accept, must be aware. We are bound to accept some transcendental things like that. Yes or no? Beyond a space and time means transcendental elements. Transcendental reality, we can say. Note down. Transcendental. Or you can say trans-empirical reality. Note down. Trans-empirical. Transcendental or trans-empirical. Trans-empirical reality. Just below this, note down God. God has existence, but it has existence beyond a space and time. It is not an empirical reality. It's a trans-empirical reality. It's a transcendental reality. Yes or no? Alaukik satta. It is a kind of paralaukik satta. Paralaukik, alaukik. Yes or no? Why? Why we will not accept God's existence in this world? If God has existence in this world, God will become finite and limited. Yes or no? That's why wherever God accepted, they've accepted some other world also. Yes or no? Bound to create some other world, apart from this material world, physical world, sensuous world, perceptual world. Yes or no? This one is empirical world, or you can say phenomenal world. Clear? Bound to accept. Why? Just to defend infiniteness of God. Bolo. God is infinite, eternal, etc. And such kind of things can't be accepted in this world. So what kind of reality God is? Trans-empirical, beyond a space and time? Yes or no? Same sort of things if we'll see regarding Plato's ideas. Ideas are real. They have existence, but we are real. We are real. Since ideas are eternal, permanent, unchangeable, so where they are real? That word. Trans-empirical, beyond a space and time, they are real. Yes or no? Generally, the term real means which has existence in a space and in time. But regarding God, beyond a space and time, must be okay. So wherever we will accept existence, we will accept existence in this sense. Reality, but in this sense. Objective reality. God is accepted as objectively real. But we are real. We are real. In this sense, real. Yes or no? Real, but beyond a space and time. Real, but not trans-empirical reality, you can say. Not empirical reality, but trans-empirical reality. Once again, what kind of reality God is? Trans-empirical. Objective reality, but trans-empirical. This one is also kind of objective reality, but it is an empirical reality. It's a kind of an empirical reality. Both is a kind of empirical reality. God, transcendental reality, trans-empirical reality, beyond a space and time like that. And those who will criticize existence of God, according to them, Bolo, according to them, it's a mere imagination. It's a mere. So where you will write proofs for the existence of God, at that time we'll treat existence in this sense. In which sense? Bolo, existence in which sense? Existence. But where existence? Must be aware. Wherever we'll try to prove existence of God, at that time we'll treat existence in this sense. Must be aware. Is it clear? Term clear? Bolo. Is it clear? There are something neither mental existence not real existence. For example, a square circle. Never find anywhere any existence. Barren mother. No any existence anywhere. Yes or no? Married bachelor. Nowhere any existence. Married bachelor. Self-contradictory words. Even you can't think. Even you can't. Neither real existence nor mental existence. Yes or no? Is it possible to think? Barren mother? Bolo. A square circle? Even you can't think. Yes or no? Bolo, yes or no? So you must be aware him. Here the term existence of God means, existence objectively, God is a kind of objective reality and it's real, not in this world. Must be aware, otherwise problem will start. That's why transcendental reality. Clear? Bolo, clear. First point, the term existence is clear. Bolo. Okay. Next. And when you will refute, critique, proofs for the existence of God and their critiques, when you will criticize, you will treat God as only exist in, it's just like golden mountain. It's just like golden mountain. A river of milk, nowhere. But you can imagine. Bolo, you can imagine. Bolo, yes or no? Clear? Second. Now proofs. Proofs for the existence of God. So proofs are of two types. Or arguments in one sense you can say. Proofs or arguments. Arguments are of two types. Either deductive argument, deductive or inductive. Deductive or inductive. Deductive argument is accepted as a priori. A priori. A priori. Not based on experience. Not down. A priori means not based. Yes. Experience is not required. Deduction a priori. Experience doesn't play a role in deduction. Totally depend on our mind, analysis and some other things. Inductive a posteriori. Note down. A posteriori. So all proofs can be classified in two groups, a priori and a posteriori. Note down. All proofs regarding existence of God can be classified in two groups, a priori and a posteriori. A priori and a posteriori. Here, in this particular proof, experience is not required. And here, we take help of experience. Note down. Here, a posteriori. In process of proving existence of God, we take help of experience. Must be aware. See, we will not find direct experience of God, but we will take help of experience. Where? Experience is required. In process of proving existence of God, experience is required. Is required. And here, experience is not required. In process of proving existence of God. That is deductive argument. In one sense, a priori. A priori. So, all proofs can be classified in two groups. One is a priori and second one is a priori proofs. A priori proof, experience not required. A posteriori, we take help of experience. So here note down few lines. A priori. Two important lines. Note down. A priori. First point. A priori proofs. A priori proof rests on premises that can be known. Rest on premises that can be known to be true. That can be known to be true independently of experience. A priori proofs rest on premises that can be known to be true independently of experience of the world. In this argument, we find some premises which are not dependent on empirical things. Experience of world is not required. Here again and again we'll take help of experience, and we have to see different aspect of this world. See, all proofs can be classified in how many groups? This one is the second topic, proofs. All proofs can be classified in two groups. First one is deductive means, deductive means, inductive means, a posteriori. Here we'll take help of inductive in science, natural science, we take help of induction based on experience. Experience is must in induction. Induction is generally accepted in natural science, and deduction is accepted in mathematics generally. Yes or no? Mathematics and logic, we give much more emphasis on deduction. So here we accept some premises which are not related to experience of this world. And second point, one more point, note down here. In a priori, note down. Through an analysis of the idea of God, through an analysis of the idea or concept of God, objective reality of God is deduced. In this argument, through an analysis of idea of God or concept of God, objective reality of God is deduced. Objective reality of God is deduced, not induced. Deduced. We deduct. Yes or no? We deduce. For example, if you have an idea of triangle, you can deduce three sides. Three sides easily you can deduce. Yes or no? You can derive. If you have an idea of triangle, three sides easily you can derive. Here also, on the basis of idea of God, we derive, we deduce objective reality of God. Where? In this particular element. And the most important argument here is that ontological argument. Note down ontological argument. So both these two aspects you can apply here in ontological argument. Ontological argument. Ontological argument is the only a priori proofs for the existence of God. Note down ontological argument. Note down ontological. So if question is asked, what do you mean by ontological arguments? You may say ontological argument is an important a priori argument regarding existence of God. Here, on the basis of analysis of concept of God, what kind of concept of God I will discuss. Here, on the basis of analysis of concept of God, objective reality of God is deduced. Yes or no? Bolo. And is based on some premises which are not related to experience of this world. We'll discuss this one in detail. So two important things must be aware. On 25th of September, we'll able to verify all those things. जो exam है. If any question from this particular topic, able to write. Whatever the question doesn't matter. Once we'll go through in such a manner, if you'll go through each and everything, able to write. Clear? We are in second topic, philosophy of religion, proofs for the existence of God. So what are the two important aspects of this ontological argument? What is the first one? Sare log bolo. What's the first one? What is the first one? Try to speak. It a priori proofs rest on premises that can be known to be true independently of experience of the world. The experience is not required. That's why a priori. Experience is, and what happens on the basis of analysis of concept of God? Experience is not required. Analysis of existence of God is proved. For example, if you have an idea of triangle, analyze this idea, naturally, automatically, necessarily will find out three sides. No need to find any experience outside. If you have an idea of triangle, use analysis, automatically, naturally, you will logically will derive, necessarily will derive three sides. Clear? Bolo clear? What is the inductive argument? A posteriori argument, note down. Experience is required, note down. Experience is required, note down. A priori argument is based on, a priori argument is, yeah, a posteriori argument, correct. A posteriori argument is based on the premises. A posteriori argument is based on the premises that can be known only by means of experience of this world. Means of experience of this world. Experience of this world. Matlab experience is required here. First of all, we will find experience of this world, and on the basis of that, we will infer existence of God. We will infer inference. Must be aware. We will infer. These are the two important aspects of inference. One is deductive inference. Second one is inductive inference. So here we will find experience of something, and on the basis of those empirical facts, we will infer existence of God. Yes or no? Here experience deduction not based on experience. Induction based on experience. That's why in science, experience plays important role. So in science, which method is used? Inductive method. Which method? Inductive method. So note down here, one important argument is cosmological argument. Cosmological argument. Second one is teleological argument. Teleological argument. Here we take help of experience in process of proving existence of God. Where? In cosmological argument, in teleological argument, we take help of experience. For example, cosmological argument, three important aspects of this cosmological argument. Argument based on motion. Motion. We find experience of motion in this world. In worldly objects, we find motion. There must be cause of motion. Who is the first cause of motion? God. If you will not accept God as the source of first motion, it will lead to infinite regress. So to avoid infinite regress, we have to accept God is the first source of motion. Prime mover. Aristotle has accepted prime mover. Yes or no? First of all, God has inserted motion in inactive atoms and created this world, accepted by Nayayikas. Atoms are inactive. God provided motion there. So motion, argument based on motion, you will find questions also on this particular part. Argument based on contingent object of this universe. Contingent object. Contingent objects of this universe. Contingent means which are perishable and which are dependent on others. Which are dependent on others. Not permanent. All worldly objects are contingent objects. For their existence, they are dependent on something. And ultimately, they will destroy. So, who is the necessary ground of contingent object of this universe? God is derived. God is accepted. As a necessary ground of contingent objects of this universe, existence of God is accepted by religious persons. By religious persons. And third one is causal argument. The whole world is a kind of effect. Causal argument. World is a kind of effect. Who is the cause? God. The whole world is a kind of effect. Who can be the cause? Only God can be the cause of such kind of vast universe. Only God has capability to create such kind of universe. Yes or no? We can create mall and some different dams, etc. And who has power to create the whole world? Ozone layer, different planets. Bolo, God has made this world. Who has made? God. Bolo, who has made? God. In this sense, existence of God. Here you are taking help of experience. First of all, you are getting experience of motion in worldly objects. And you are also finding this fact that nothing can be accepted as motion in itself, or all the time caused by something else. Motion of one thing is caused by some another thing. Yes or no? You can't accept anything as self-caused apart from God. Yes or no? Only God is self-caused, must be aware. Apart from everything, existence is dependent on some other thing. So as a cause of first motion, existence of God. As a necessary ground of contingent object, existence of God. And as a cause of world, existence of God is accepted. Everything is perishable. So by and by everything should be destroyed. And if once everything will be destroyed, it means that presently also nothing should be available. Presently also such kind of things should be accepted. See, perishable. If everything is perishable, nothing is permanent in this universe. So by and by everything should be destroyed. Yes or no? And at point of time, nothing should exist. Yes or no? And any point of time will accept nothingness. So out of nothing, something can't be produced. But presently we are getting existence of something. So who has maintained existence of contingent object of this universe? God. God is the necessary ground of contingent object of this universe. If God will sideline, unable to maintain existence of this world. God is sustainer of this world. Who is the sustainer? God. That is called in Indian tradition धृत्यादे. God ने इसको धारण कर रखा है. धृत्यादे, the term is used by Udayan in Nyaya Kusmanjali. धृत्यादे. Yes or no? If God will separate himself behind the world जो है destroy हो जाए. God has maintained the existence of this world. Yes or no? The sustainer of this world. Clear? Where? This part. And one is teleological arguments. It's also a kind of a posteriori argument. So when you will start to write cosmological, your first line should be cosmological argument is an important a posteriori argument. What kind of argument? Here we will take help of experience. First of all, see this world. In this world, we'll find experience of motion, contingent objects. The whole world is a kind of effect. Yes. Teleological argument. It's a teleological argument. It is also called argument from design. Note down, argument from design. See, it is said that wherever we find system, order, harmony, adjustment, etc., we are bound to accept some intellectual person behind this. In this hall also system, order, and inquiry. System, order, and harmony. There must be some intellectual person behind this particular system. Yes or no? You can't say it is the result of evolution. You can't say it is the result of... ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हो. The order which we find here. See, different pillars are situated on a certain gap पे है. It means it is made by someone. It is made by someone. If you see the whole world, you will find system, order, adjustment. Yes or no? Everything is beautifully organized. See the movements of different planets. Who has maintained the movement? Who has balanced all such kind of things? जैसे हमने पिलर से बैलेंस कर रखा है इस छत को. Yes or no? So who has maintained all such kind of things? Who has made different planets? Who has made ozone layer? God. Yes or no? It proves existence of God. This one is teleological argument. This one is a teleological. Everywhere we find order, system, harmony, adjustment, etc. And wherever we find such kind of things, we always accept intellectual person behind this. So regarding finite order, system, for example, in watch, you will find finite order. In a mall, car, finite order, system, and some other things. Although we have not seen who has made the car. But on the basis of our intellect, we can say there must be some designer, some intellectual person behind this. So now see the whole world. So if we'll see whole world, again you will start to find order, system, harmony in this universe. Yes or no? Change of seasons. Yes or no? Who has made us? God. We are also made by God. The whole world is made by whom? Super intellectual being. Super. We have no power to create such kind of ozone layer or to systematize those. Who has systematized? Who has balanced those planets? God. It proves existence of God. It proves. So these are the arguments here. We'll discuss all those things in detail later on. But overall, proofs regarding existence of God can be classified in two groups. One is a priori, where experience is not playing important role. And second one is a posteriori. First of all, we find experience of something in this world, and then we'll prove existence of it. Yes or no? Bolo yes or no? So, first of all, we are going to discuss ontological argument. What kind of argument? The ontological argument is the only a priori argument regarding existence of God. And what happens here? Here, on the basis of idea of God, once we'll analyze that idea, he will derive existence of God. Yes or no? Once again, what's the topic? Proofs for the. You must be aware. Proofs wherever anyone has accepted existence of God. So existence of God is not outrightly based on proofs. Must be aware. Proofs always on not primary level, secondary level proofs. Those who accepted God, not because a lot of proofs are there. First of all, a religious person accepts God on the basis of faith and belief. On the basis of faith and then start to provide proofs to justify his faith, to justify his belief. So, God's belief is not justified belief, it is basically accepted belief. First of all, we will accept, and then we'll take help of proofs. So, proofs are not coming on primary level. In science, scientific beliefs are justified beliefs. First of all, justification. First of all, proofs. Then we start to accept them. So, beliefs are justified. Beliefs are, first of all, argumentation, and then we start to accept. Yes or no? So, scientific beliefs are justified beliefs, and religious beliefs are accepted beliefs. First of all, on the basis of faith, we accept. Yes or no? Faith is primary. Proofs are secondary. Must be aware. A person has accepted God not because a lot of proofs are there. A person has accepted God since he has faith in God. Must be aware. Topic number 4, we will discuss the term faith. Faith means commitment, self-involvement. Two important features. All other features we will discuss. But wherever faith, commitment and self-involvement. With the object of faith, we involve, we associate ourselves. So if someone is going to attack on the matter of faith, since you have attached yourself, you are involved with yourself, so it's a kind of attack on your own existence. Never attacks anyone's faith. Commitment is there, self-involvement is there. So certainly we'll try to protect your faith, object of faith, and you can do anything possible, any kind of reaction possible in process of defending our faith. Yes or no? It is possible, must be a religious sphere. Since arguments are not required, arguments are not sufficient to prove existence of God. What is required first? So here we are going to discuss proofs for the existence of God. Clear? Here we are going to discuss proofs for the existence of God. So proofs first number pe hai ki second number pe? This one is when you will refute proofs for the existence of God and their critique. So in process of writing criticism, we will write this point. Different proofs are given by different scholars, different philosophers. But these proofs are not coming on primary level. Yes or no? Bolo yes or no? God existence is not accepted basically on the basis of proofs. Basically you have accepted On the basis of faith and, but to justify your faith regarding God, to separate your faith from blind beliefs, to provide rational support, to provide rational ground to your faith. Yes or no? Proofs are given. From the point of view of religious person, proofs are not required, must be aware. But a religious person starts to provide proofs. Why? What I am, just to separate himself, my belief is different from blind belief. My belief is different. That's why arguments are given by them. Yes or no? Otherwise, not required. If you have accepted God, not because you have a lot of arguments you have in your mind. You have accepted God since you have faith in God. Yes or no? And to justify your faith, we create different kinds of arguments in our life. Yes or no? So arguments on secondary level. Faith. बोलो faith. So one criticism it will be possible. एक criticism हो सकता है कि नहीं? बोलो. What kind of, in which you will write? Here, proofs are coming on secondary level regarding existence. Is it clear? बोलो, is it clear? सारे लोग बोलो, is it clear? Okay. So topic is proofs for the existence of God. And here you must be aware. Third term is God. We have discussed proofs are of two types, a priori and a posteriori. A priori proof is the only ontological proof. A posteriori proof, cosmological and teleological. Apart from that, these proofs even will discuss moral arguments also. Moral arguments are not arguments in the real sense, but we will discuss finally even moral arguments. Moral proofs for the existence of God. Clear? Apart from, so overall 4 proofs we are going to discuss. One is, this is the only a priori argument. Clear? And others are a posteriori. Clear? Bolo, clear? Next one is God. Generally, God is accepted as generator, operator, and destroyer of this universe. Operator means sustainer also in one sense. Destroyer. In Indian traditions, from the very beginning, a specialization. They have supported a specialization. So, Indian tradition, 3 gods, division of labor. Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Brahma, generator, Vishnu, operator, Mahesh, destroyer. Yes, sir. See the very beginning, division of labor. But Western tradition, one God, doing all those things. Clear? No need to write such kind of things. So if you have any problem regarding to operate your life properly, offer prayer to God, Vishnu. And if anyone's life is in danger, so Mahamrityunjaya Jap. You have to offer prayer to whom? Shiva, Lord Shiva. Yes or no? Since Shiva is the accepted as destroyer. Yes or no? And Brahma is accepted as generator. Clear? No need to write anywhere. Clear? So next term is here the term God. You must be aware, God is not identical to Bhagwan, although the term Bhagwan is used few places. For example, Bhagwan is used in Jainism and Buddhism. Bhagwan Mahavir, Bhagwan Buddha. But the term Bhagwan is not identical to God. Bhagwan means, Bhag means refined qualities. And Van means owner. They were owner of refined qualities, that's why they are called Bhagwan. Owner of refined qualities means kind-heartedness, love, justice, goodness, etc. They were associated with such kind of things. They are accepted as torch bearer. Magdeshako, Margdesak, Rasta dikhate hain. Who? Jain and Buddha and Mahavir. They are not God. They are basically, it is not accepted in Buddhist scriptures ki God, Buddha has made this world. You can't say like that. Buddha himself has said, I am only Magdeshak. Margdeshak, मैं रास्ता दिखाता हूँ. Accept it. First of all, logically think, verify those things, what I am saying, and then act according to it. Buddha has never imposed his thoughts outrightly. What I am saying, opt outrightly, without any logic. First of all, justify those things. Individually verify those things. and if you are getting it is good, then act according to it. इतना freedom है बुद्धिज्म. Otherwise, in most of the religion, top level से command चलता है, bound to act. No need to use your mind. You opt, act according to it. Yes or no? What is said by Buddha? What I am saying? Never accept since it is said by myself. First of all, think logically. Verify those things. And if you are getting it is good, then try to act. Follow that one. Said by whom? Buddha himself has said like that. Clear? So see, Bhagavan means owner of defined one, the term one, vant, vantu, vati, vanti. These are basically language के जो development है, you will find such kind of words. Bhagavan, Dhanman, Balwan. Dhanman means owner of wealth. Balwan, owner of power. Same way Bhagavan, and it is called Bhagavati. Vati means Vati, Vanti, Lajvanti, Gunvanti, Satvanti. Find such kind of words. और पंजाबी में देखो गुणवंत, सतवंत, भगवंत. Yes or no? Vant means also owner. Bhagwant means owner of. वंत वाला भी यही मीनिंग आता है. सबका मतलब है ओनर. तो भगवान मीन्स although in some books, few books, they have equated Bhagavan with God. But logically we will not accept it. What is said in few books, what is written, we are not going to accept. Jainism and Buddhism, basically atheistic philosophy. Atheistic philosophy. They have supported atheism, Jainism and Buddhism. Although the term Bhagavan is used there. Clear? So proofs for the existence of God. Proofs for the existence of God. So here when you will use the term God, generally we use the term God in this sense. Generator, operator, sustainer, destroyer of this world. Clear? Bolo clear? So don't try to equate God with Bhagavan. Last year one question was asked, how in Buddhism existence of God is rejected. Arguments against God. ये सवाल ऑलरेडी आ चुका है लास्ट ईयर इन IAS. Second paper, arguments against God given by Buddhism. Buddha opted silence. So later on his followers given arguments. Sorry. Is it clear? Bolo clear? So proofs for the existence of God we have. Term proofs I have discussed. Existence we have discussed, and the term God. Is it clear? God. Okay. Now note down. Note down. Clear. Note down. Ontological arguments regarding existence of God. Heading. First argument. I have discussed the topic proofs for the existence of God. Proofs, two types, a priori, a posteriori. One place experience not required, second place experience required. Second one is proofs for the existence means objective reality, outside from our mind, real existence. Yes. And God means, God doesn't mean Bhagavan. Should be clear. Now, first argument. Proofs for the existence of God. First argument, ontological arguments. Introduction. Note down. Introduction. But before introduction, try to see why proofs are given. First of all, try to write why proofs are given, and then why proofs are given and what kind of proofs are given. Then we'll start to write first one. Why proofs are given. You will apply this one regarding each one of them. Why cosmological argument is given, why ontological argument was given, or what's the importance of ontological argument. You will find some points here. Why proofs are required. Why? Note down. First point. First point. Note down. First point. To provide rational support. To provide rational support to all faith and belief regarding God. To provide rational support to faith and belief regarding God. आवाज को हटा दो. No need to associate yourself. To provide rational support. Second, to separate God's beliefs from blind beliefs. To separate God's beliefs from blind beliefs. Third, to encounter the allegation of critics. If someone is saying no God, so we'll provide arguments. See, arguments are there. Encounter the allegation of critics. Note down. To satisfy feelings and emotions of religious person. To satisfy the feelings and emotions of religious person. And you can see in one sense, you can say it strengthens a belief regarding God. No doubt. और मजबूत करता है गॉड में विश्वास को. Proofs, that's why proofs are required. Yes or no? It strengthens belief in God. Yes or no? और बल देता है, सपोर्ट करता है. Clear? So why proofs are required? Well, why proofs are required? Even religious persons try to separate his belief regarding God from blind belief. That's why arguments are required. You must be aware a person is theist not because a lot of proofs are there. A person is theist since he has faith and belief, but he tries to separate his beliefs from blind beliefs. That's why he also tried to support his belief through rational ground. That's why proofs are given by him. So who will provide proofs? Religious person must be aware. Now religious person logical हो रहा है. Accepted God on the basis of faith and belief. Now taking help of logic to justify his belief. Clear? First one is ontology. Now note down ontological. You may write few points according to the own way also. So how many points we have written? 4, 5. So sixth में लिख दो मन की बात. If you have some own ideas in your mind, this one also required, you may write. You are free to write. A lot of freedom you have. If you think this one is also good to provide proofs, you may write. You are free. मेरा compilation है ना, जो मैंने सोचा वो मैंने लिखा है. Yes or no? And here you have lot of scope to write your own logical aspect also. You are free to write. Yes or no? First paper थोड़ी है कि bound to write according to Descartes or Spinoza or Buddhism only. Here you have freedom. If you think this one is also possible to write, may write. Permitted. In second paper. But it must be logically. What we have written overall, it's logically. It's correct. Next. Ontological argument, note down. An important a posteriori argument. An important a posteriori argument. Correct it. Ontological argument. An important a priori argument regarding existence of God. An important, first line you may write, an important a priori argument. What kind of argument it is? It is the only a priori argument. You must be aware. It is the only a priori argument. And in Indian tradition, it is not outrightly supported. You will find arguments cosmological, teleological, but this one is not outrightly supported by Indian philosophers. In some sense, in yoga philosophy, you may find some support of this argument, but outrightly you can't say like that. Clear? But ontological argument, what will be the first line you will write? Ontological argument. What is the first line? It is an important a priori argument. A priori argument regarding existence of God. Clear? Second point, supporter. Supporter. Western tradition, note down, it is supported by Anselm, Supporter. Who has supported? So supporter, first point, Western philosophy. Anselm, Descartes, Leibniz, Hegel, etc. Leibniz, Hegel, etc. And Indian tradition, in yoga philosophy in a particular context. In yoga philosophy, in Indian tradition, in yoga philosophy in a particular context, ontological argument is supported. Ontological argument is supported. In a particular context, in yoga philosophy. In yoga philosophy. So see, first line, ontological argument is an important a priori argument. It is supported by Descartes, Spinoza, Anselm, Descartes, Spinoza, etc. Clear? Indian tradition, in one particular aspect, particular context, in yoga philosophy, it is supported. Clear? Bolo clear? Now next, main structure not done. Main structure. Main structure. Why it is called a priori? Why it is called a priori? See here. Why it is called a priori argument? So see, first point, on the basis of idea or concept of God, existence of God is derived. God is derived. On the basis of idea of God, existence of God is derived. Here we are not going to take help of experience. On the basis of idea of God. What kind of idea of God? Here, underline the term. On the basis of idea of God. What kind of idea of God? Perfect. Idea of perfect God. Supreme God. Infinite God. Remember, idea of perfect and infinite God. Idea of perfect being, you can say. You can write idea of perfect being. Most perfect being, you may write. Idea of the most perfect being. And once you will analyze this one idea of most perfect being, most perfect, the most perfect being. If you analyze this idea, its existence is derived. Derived. Experience is not required. On the basis of analysis of the idea of the most perfect being, supreme being, which is supreme and infinite, existence of God is derived. So what happens in ontological arguments? Bolo sir. What happens in ontological arguments? On the basis of, it means here we are proceeding from idea to existence, must be aware. Idea to existence. Short mein from ideas to existence. Ideas to existence. What kind of idea? Sare log bolo. What kind of idea? Idea of the most perfect being. And perfect means all attributes are required. If you will not accept existence, it means he can't be accepted as perfect. If you are saying perfect and you are denying existence, it means that really it is not perfect. Perfect means existence is the necessary quality of being perfect. फिर से बोलो. What happens in ontological arguments? On the basis of idea of God, existence of God is derived. So what kind of idea of God in our mind? Descartes has said it is an innate idea of God in our mind. Idea of the most perfect and infinite God exists in our mind. Yes or no? We can't be the cause of such kind of idea. Only God can be the cause of that kind of idea. And if in God, this is another version of this particular thought. So here we'll write on the basis of analysis of the idea of God, Existence of God is derived. It means experience is not required. Experience is, analysis is going on. An example, if an idea of triangle, imagine if an idea of triangle, what is derived? Its three sides. Bolo, yes or no? Three sides are proved mere on the basis of analysis of the idea of triangle. Now you have an idea of the most perfect being, the most perfect being, which is supreme and infinite also. Just analyze. Perfect means all, everything. The most perfect beings. It means existence is necessary quality for being perfect. Note down. Existence is necessary quality for being perfect. Existence is a necessary attribute of the most perfect being. Existence is a, क्या लिखा आपने? Existence is a necessary quality. Quality के ब्रैकेट में लिख लो predicate. It's a predicate. Quality oblique predicate. In place of quality, you may find the term predicate. It means that existence is treated as a predicate here. Existence is a necessary attribute or quality of the most perfect being. Bolo yes or no? According to whom? Descartes. According to whom? Descartes. Here existence is treated as a predicate or quality. If you are accepting something as perfect, how you can say it lacks existence? If it is devoid of existence, you can't accept it is perfect. Yes or no? Bolo yes or no? Example, if an idea of God, idea of triangle, certainly what is proved? It has three sides. Same way, if an idea of most perfect being, which is infinite, supreme, bound to accept its existence also. Bound, basically. Clear? Bolo clear? Here we are not taking help of experience. And very beginning we have written two lines also. That's why it is called a priori. What's the line? Try to see. Here. Clear? Written. Both these two lines. Very beginning we have written two lines. In a priori arguments written. So write those two lines here also. Note down. Why it is called a priori? Why it is called a priori? Note down. Why it is called a priori? First line. Since it rests on, since a priori proof rests on or depends on premises that can be known to be true, independently of experience of the world. And second, independent from experience of this world. Known to be true independently of experience of the world. And second thing is that through an analysis of idea of God, objective reality of God is derived. Objective reality of God is derived. Clear? And process of writing example, ऐसा एक short बना लो आप. Idea to existence, idea of triangle, three sides, idea of most perfect being which is supreme and infinite, existence is derived. Existence. And this one is a necessary quality. Existence necessary quality. ऐसे एक चार्ट बना के भी दिखा सकते हो ब्लॉक में. What happens in ontological arguments? We proceed from idea to existence. Idea of triangle, three sides proved, three sides proved, three sides proved, three sides deduced. Yes or no? idea of the most perfect being, which is supreme and infinite. Existence is derived. Existence is derived. Necessary quality. Just below this necessary quality. Bolo yes or no? If God is perfect, bound to accept omnipotent, omniscient, you are bound to accept self-existence also. If we'll separate omnipotent, God can't be accepted as perfect. If we'll separate omniscient, God can't be perfect. If we'll separate self-existence, God can't be perfect. Yes or no? So for being perfect, the necessary element is existence. Yes or no? It should be clear. Bolo, it should be clear. Is it clear? Bolo. So first of all, you write like that. Clear? Now main structure. Note down. Here we have written, why it is called a priori. A priori, since we are not taking help of experience. Analysis is going on, yes or no? And we are deriving existence of God, yes or no? Next one is why it is called ontological. Note down. Why it is called ontological. So note down. Why it is called ontological. The term ontology is made of ontos, O-N-T-O-S. The term ontology is made of ontos, O-N-T-O-S, which means essential quality or necessary attribute. Note down. Ontos, which means essential qualities or necessary quality. Here existence is accepted as necessary or essential quality of the most perfect being. Clear? Bolo clear, funda clear? Bolo, is it clear? So why it is called ontology? The term ontology is made of the term ontos. Ontos means essential quality, necessary quality. Here existence is derived, here existence is accepted as necessary quality of the most perfect being, or the idea of perfect and supreme God. Yes or no? Or the most perfect being you may write, no problem. Clear? Bolo clear? Now next. We are ontology. This one is the most important one in one sense. And you will find questions frequently from this course, this particular topic, ontological arguments regarding existence of God. Note down main structure. Anselm. Anselm's thought. First of all, we'll write Anselm, then Descartes, and we'll discuss all those other things also. Anselm, note down. Note down Anselm. According to Anselm, A-N-S-E-L-M, Anselm, God is a being, then that, God is a being, inverted comma में लिखोगे, God is a being, then that, which nothing greater can be conceived. Nothing greater can be conceived. Nothing greater can be conceived. Anselm was a 11th century philosopher, and one famous book written by him is Proslogium. In this particular book, it is said by him. It is said like that. See. Ontological arguments. In medieval period, Saint Anselm, Ansclm, in his book Proslogium, has presented ontological arguments in classical form. According to him, God is a being than that which nothing greater can be conceived. यही स्टेटमेंट, इसको जब लिखोगे तो अंडरलाइन करके लिखो. When you will write, underline this one. God is a being than that which nothing greater can be conceived. Clear? Now think logically. Two conditions. Here it is written, nothing greater can be conceived. Nothing greater can be conceived. So now two possible conditions. Think logically. Two possible conditions. Either it exists only in someone's mind. Either it exists only in someone's mind. Either. Two possible conditions. Iska. Greater, nothing greater can be conceived. What do you mean by nothing greater can be conceived? Two possible conditions. Either it exists only in someone's mind, or it exists mind as well as in actuality, mind plus actuality. Think logically. Either it exists only in someone's mind or in thought, either only in mind or thought. A second, it exists mind as well as in actuality. So if you will accept God, such kind of God, you have accepted God is a being than which nothing greater can be conceived. And if you are saying that it exists only in someone's mind, it means you are accepting that reality as greater than this, which has existence in both mind as well as in actuality. Since nothing greater can be conceived than God, so you are bound to accept God has existence, mind as well as in actuality. Think logically. Note down. First of all, note down. God. Just below this, where you have written. Note down. Note down. Two possible condition of two possible condition of nothing greater can be conceived. Two possible condition. Nothing greater can be conceived means it is greatest conceivable being in one sense. Nothing greater can be conceived means it is greatest conceivable being. So note down second point, greatest conceivable being. It also indicates greatest conceivable being. Nothing greater can be conceived. What it means? Greatest conceivable being. Greatest conceivable being. And now two possible conditions. First point. Either only in mind or thought. Either exist only in mind or thought. Either exist only in mind or thought. And second, both in thought as well as in reality. Both in thought as well as in reality. Now think logically. If you are accepting first alternative means only in, so you can't accept this one is greatest conceivable being. Since you can accept that thing is greater than God, which has existence in both mind as well as in reality. Bolo yes or no? Think logically. If you will accept the first alternative, it exists only in someone's mind. It means you can't accept its greatest conceivable being, since you have to accept that one as greater than God, which has both mental existence as well as in reality. But since nothing greater can be conceived than God, God is accepted as greatest conceivable being, it means you are bound to accept it has existence not only in mind but in thought also. See the question. यहाँ पे try to read this part. God is a being than which nothing greater can be conceived. But such a being can be either in thought or in fact as well as in thought. If God's existence is limited to ideas or mental level, then it cannot be accepted greater than those objects which exist both in fact and in mind. If God exists only in mind, then he cannot be called perfect and highest. Perfect and we can't accept it as greatest conceivable being. Because God is that than which a greater cannot be thought, therefore God not only exists in mind but also in fact. Yes or no? Note down here. Taking help of printed notes. Note down. यही लाइन को लिखना है. Note down. These 4-5 lines. So God exists. So God exists. In other words, actual existence is the very essence of a being greater than which nothing can be conceived. Note down these 4-5 lines. Taking help of printed notes. Taking help of printed notes. Note down. God is a being than that which nothing greater can be conceived. It means it is the greatest conceivable being. So there can be two alternatives. Either only in someone's mind, or in mind as well as in fact, or mind as well as in reality. Fact के जगह पे reality लिखो आप. Yes or no? If only in someone's mind, we can't accept it as a greatest conceivable being. We are bound to accept mental as well as a real existence. रिटेन लिख लो. ऑनलाइन वाले भी हैं, आनंद ले रहे होंगे, बहुत पढ़े होंगे बहुत सारे लोग. लाइव चल रही है, देखो लाइव है, देखो तो. उल्टा पुल्टा कमेंट मत करना. कमेंट करना हो तो अच्छा करना. क्लियर? कर लेना, अच्छा करना. क्लियर? रिटेन. और ये लाइन पे एकदम एज इट इज लिखोगे. अकॉर्डिंग टू एंसलम इन हिज बुक प्रोस्लोजियम, 11th century philosopher, medieval period philosopher, God is a being than that which nothing greater can be conceived. It means it is the greatest conceivable being. It means nothing greater can be conceived means certainly you are bound to accept its existence also. Not only in mental level but in reality also. क्लियर? तुम YouTube भी देख रहे हो, आनंद भी ले रहे हो, इधर में भी दोनों काम कर रहे हो. ठीक है. And see here 3 lines. Try to see here. God is a being greater than which nothing can be conceived. Either such a being exists both in one's imagination and in reality, or it exists only in one's imagination. A being that exists in both is greater than one that exists only in one's imagination. Therefore, the greatest conceivable being exists in both and hence exists in reality. ये 5 लाइन में आर्गुमेंट्स क्रिएट कर दो. एक्सीलेंट लाइन है. 5 lines create this one. If you are going to write Anselm's thought, these 4 premises. See the point. Here it is clear that there are 3 main premises of this argument. 3 main premises, and 4th one is the conclusion. Premises and conclusion. So now in argument form we are going to present this one. 3 main arguments, 3 main premises. What are the 3 main premises? First premise, God is a being greater than which nothing can be conceived. Okay. Second one is, either such a being exists both in one's imagination and in reality, or it exists only in one's imagination. Third one is a being that exists in both is greater than one that exists only in one's imagination. And fourth one is therefore. Therefore means conclusion indicator. First 3 premises, last one is conclusion. Therefore, the greatest conceivable being exists in both and hence exists in reality. परफेक्ट है ये. इसी को उतार के लिख दो. जो ऊपर में 4 लाइन लिखे हो ना, इन प्लेस ऑफ दोज 4-5 लाइन्स राइट दिस वन. आर्गुमेंट्स के फॉर्म में लिखे हो. ये सुनो, I have taken help of different books in process of compiling these notes. So take help of those points. Write outrightly in this way. Arguments के फॉर्म में लिख दो. And see the question here. See the question. Try to read this question. UPSC. See, 2005. 2005. If God exists only in someone's mind, the greatest conceivable being is not, after all, the greatest conceivable being. Anselm statement. Short notes. आप लिख दोगे वो आर्गुमेंट्स फॉर्म में, तो परफेक्शन है, नियर टू परफेक्शन. Who has said like that? Who has said? Anselm, medieval period philosopher. Where? In Proslogium. So it should be clear. Bolo, is it clear? Bolo to, is it clear? Perfect. Okay, now see once again. See, 2014. Can it be self-contradictory to accept the idea of God but deny the existence of God? Think logically. It is also related to that one. Is it possible you are accepting the idea of God and you are denying existence of God? What kind of idea in our mind? By birth, according to Descartes? Perfect idea. Idea of perfect and infinite God. Perfect means bound to accept its existence. See the point? Can it be self-contradictory to accept the idea of God? You are accepting the idea of God, but you are denying the existence. According to Descartes, once you accept idea of perfect God, if you have an idea of perfect God in your mind, it is said by Descartes, by birth we have an idea of perfect God. Yes or no? Innate idea of perfect God. And if you have idea of perfect God, it means, perfect means, what is the necessary feature for being perfect? Existence, bound to accept existence? Bolo. According to Descartes, can it be self-contradictory? According to Descartes, yes, it will be self-contradictory. If we will accept idea of God, bound to accept its existence also. Bolo, yes or no? What kind of idea of God? Imagine someone has accepted idea of triangle. Is it possible to deny its three sides? No, not possible. In the same way, if anyone has accepted idea of God, but what kind of idea of God? What kind of idea? Perfect God. The most perfect being, perfect and infinite God. Can you deny existence? Well, can you deny existence? Not possible. Why? See, if an idea of perfect and infinite God, such kind of idea exists in our mind by birth. So if such kind of idea exists in our mind by birth, who is the cause? Who is the cause of this idea? Think logically. Who is the cause? I myself and others can't be the cause. Why? We all are imperfect. We all are finite. We can't be the cause of such kind of idea. Who can be the cause? Why? Only God is perfect and infinite. Only God can be the cause of such kind of idea. We are bound to accept existence of God. According to whom? Descartes. Critics view अलग है, ध्यान रखना. First of all, you have to write. First of all, write what is said by Descartes, then we'll refute it. Yes or no? Question is that, can it be self-contradictory to accept the idea of God but deny the existence of God? Those who've accepted ontological arguments, they will say, yes, it's a contradictory. If an idea of God, idea of perfect God, bound to accept existence. But there are some other philosophers who have said, no any contradiction. No any contradiction. Imagine you have an idea of God. If an idea of perfect island, will you prove its existence? Will you find anywhere any existence of perfect island? Nowhere. Yes or no? It is said by critics that if you will accept idea of God, it will prove existence of that idea in your mind, not its real existence. Bolo, if you have an idea of, it is said by critics, if you have an idea of perfect and infinite God, it proves only this fact that this idea exists in your mind. It proves mental existence of this idea, not its real existence, not its. बोलो yes or no. अगर आइडिया हो जाए कि आई हैव $100 in my pocket, if an idea of $100 in your pocket, will you find $100 there? So on the basis of mere ideas, we can't prove sexual existence, said by other philosophers. So here you have to write two aspects. One sense contradictory, one sense, according to critics' point of view, no problem, possible to deny God. Yes or no. So we'll discuss all those things, but see, it is also related to this one. ठीक है, 16 का सवाल देखो, 16 2016 it would be self-contradictory to say that the most perfect conceivable being, the most perfect, Descartes, the most perfect conceivable being lacks the attribute of existence. Descartes को उठा के लिख दो, बोलो yes or no. 16, possible to write it or not? First of all, you will write Descartes' view, and then you will refute it from others' point of view. We have not discussed criticism so far. How others have rejected ontological arguments, we have not discussed. बोलो yes or no. लिख दोगे? Again, 2018. Does the concept of God entails the existence of God? If you have concept of perfect God in your mind, if you have concept of perfect infinite supreme God in your mind, bound to accept it, certainly it entails existence also. If an idea of triangle in your mind, bound to accept three sides also. One group, बोलो yes or no, affirmative aspect. After then we'll negate it. But देखो 18 में क्वेश्चन है, this one is related to ontological argument. Yes or no? Examine from the perspectives of ontological arguments. दे भी दिया ontological. What happens in ontological arguments? We proceed from ideas to God. We proceed from concept to God. What kind of concept of God? Perfect God, infinite God, supreme God. And if you have any idea of perfect God, concept of perfect God, so existence is the necessary attribute of perfectness. Bound to accept existence? बोलो yes or no. फ्रीक्वेंटली रुक के सवाल आ रहा है, कोई नया क्या सवाल है? जस्ट दे आर प्लेइंग विथ सम वर्ड्स. आइडिया की जगह पे कॉन्सेप्ट कर लिया. वे राइट आइडिया और कॉन्सेप्ट. वी प्रोसीड फ्रॉम कॉन्सेप्ट टू गॉड, वी प्रोसीड फ्रॉम आइडियाज टू गॉड. एनालिसिस ऑफ आइडिया, एक्सेप्ट गॉड इन ऑन्टोलॉजिकल आर्गुमेंट. बोलो यस और नो. क्लियर? 18 में आगे भी देख लो जरा. अच्छा देखो 20 में फिर से आ गया. Is the ontological proofs for the existence of God by Saint Anselm logical? So first of all we have to write Anselm's view and then we'll write not logical. Problem is there. Once you will accept logical, it means you are bound to accept existence of God. बोलो yes or no. How can you accept logical? बोलो bound to write refutation or not? We have not refuted so far. We'll refute it from the point of view of Kant. Kant has rejected ontological argument. Different ways. बोलो yes or no. What's the question? Is the ontological argument, ontological proof for the existence of God by Saint Anselm logical? So first of all we'll write, वो 5 लाइन लिख दो, 3 premises and 1 conclusion, perfect है वो. बोलो yes or no, and then start to refute what kind of problem in this ontological argument. तो बोलो मैजिक है, और देख लेंगे ना 25th को ontological. अच्छा, फर्स्ट टाइम दे हैव आस्क्ड मोरल आर्गुमेंट्स आल्सो, फर्स्ट टाइम 21. एक सवाल को कितनी बार पूछ लेगा? लिमिटेशन, proofs for the existence of God. In the last 20 years, 25 years, they have asked almost all the questions. Only this one was left. Moral arguments, finally this one was also asked. This one is not argument in real sense, must be aware. But we will discuss this one also. Moral arguments from the to prove existence of God. God is the moral governor of this universe. God provides fruits of the deeds of human beings. Who? God. Moral argument is there. Clear? God is the source of morality. God is the source of morality. We'll discuss all those things. And UPPCSC, the questions frequently, ontological arguments 15, 17 ontological arguments. And in UPPCS, frequently they are asking moral arguments. And first time moral arguments UPSC. 20 में moral arguments UPSC. 18 में already moral arguments in UPPCS. थोड़ा PCS को ध्यान कर लो, कई बार दोनों में आगे पीछे चलता है. First time UPPCS, next time UPSC. And most of the time, first of all UPSC and next year UPPCS. ऐसा दिखता है थोड़ा लय ताल दोनों में. कहाँ पे? UPPCS and UPSC. In 21, once again, examines Kant criticism on ontological arguments. So if you are going to write ontological arguments, Anselm or Descartes, etc., refute it from the point of view of whom? Kant's criticism of ontological arguments for the existence of God. And in our syllabus, we have to study critiques of the proofs of the existence of God. In Kant's philosophy, one topic is there, which we have not discussed in first paper. Kant, critiques of the proofs of the existence of God. Existence of God. If you are not alert, you may write, Kant has criticized the existence of God. You may write, blunder हो जाएगा. What you said? Critiques of the arguments are rejected, not rejected God. So मान लो, if you are not alert and you are going to write an answer of this question, examine Kant's criticism of the ontological arguments for the existence of God. So finally you may write, in this way Kant has rejected the existence of God. Possible? If you are not alert, you may write like that. Finally here you have to write, although Kant has rejected different proofs, Kant has rejected different proofs for the existence of God, but not rejected God as such. He has accepted God on moral ground. As a postulate of morality, accepted God. Who? Kant has accepted God as a postulate of morality, as a postulate of, on the basis of practical reason, not pure reason, on the basis of faith and belief. So अगर ऐसे सवाल का आप conclusion ऐसे लिखोगे तो best होगा ये. And if you had refuted ontological arguments and you have stopped, तो perfection नहीं हुआ. You have to write finally, it is notable here that it is a notable fact, underline notable fact. Teacher को show करो. And not alert, you may write in this way, after refuting ontological arguments, you may write, in this way Kant has rejected existence of God. Blunder हो जाएगा. Refuted arguments, accepted God. Who? बोलो who? मिलेगा ना फिर 21 में देखेंगे, 22 में देखना, यहाँ से कोई ना कोई क्वेश्चंस की स्थिति बनेगी. हमने इसीलिए तो लाइव कर दिया कि थोड़ा कुछ लोगों को समय से पहले पता चले कि हाँ क्लास से आ जाता है. और ontological पॉसिबल है पूछने का, आ सकता है. इज इट क्लियर? Well, is it clear? Now note down. Descartes written. What we have written? Anselm we have written. Now note down. Just below this Anselm, note down refutation, rejection, criticism. See here. Anselm thoughts. Now we are going to refute first of all Anselm thought. See. Printed notes and class notes sufficient. Descartes. After that, Descartes. Gonilo's argument you will find. Gonilo. So here you will find how Gonilo has rejected. Who? Famous philosopher Gonilo. Famous philosopher Gonilo. We will write all those things. Next, note down. First of all, you will written Anselm completed. Now note down Descartes. First of all, note down Descartes. Then finally, we will shoot all those things. Note down Descartes. 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 According to Descartes, by birth we have an idea of perfect and infinite God in our mind. According to Descartes, by birth we have an idea of in our mind. Perfect and infinite God, idea of perfect and infinite God in our mind. Existence is, here existence is accepted as necessary attribute here existence is accepted necessary attribute of the most perfect being. In this sense here, existence is accepted as a predicate. In this sense here, existence is accepted as a predicate. Existence is accepted as a predicate. Existence is treated as a predicate. Second version of ontological argument. First version, by birth we have an idea of, by birth we have an innate idea. Innate idea means idea which has existence in our mind by birth. By birth we have an idea of perfect and infinite God in our mind. Yes or no? And since it is perfect, bound to accept its existence. Existence is the necessary attribute of being perfect. Clear? Second version. Again, think logically. By birth we have an idea of, what kind of idea है? सारे लोग बोलो, idea कैसा है? बोलो. Innate idea of what kind of idea? Perfect and infinite. Perfect and infinite. Infinite. We have an idea of perfect and infinite God in our mind by birth. Innate idea. It's an innate idea. What kind of idea it is? Innate idea. Question is, who is the cause? Who is the cause? Cause. Divide in two parts. I myself and others, I myself or others can't be the cause of this idea. Cannot. Why? Since we all are imperfect and finite. We are imperfect plus finite. We can't be the cause of. There must be some sort of similarity between cause and effect. By birth, we have an idea of perfect and infinite God. Who is the cause? Who is the cause? We can't be the cause. Only a perfect and infinite element. Perfect and infinite element can be the cause. Who is perfect and infinite? God. God is the cause of perfect and infinite idea which has existence in our mind by birth. God ने वो idea दिया है. Yes or no? Who is the cause of this idea? It proves existence of God. It proves existence of God. This one is the second version. Note down. बोलो yes or no. Who is the cause of perfect and infinite idea? ध्यान रखना, you will correlate this thought to even causal argument also. God is the cause. So God is the cause of motion. God is the cause of contingent objects. God is the cause of this whole world, and God is the cause of perfect infinite idea also. Who has inserted this idea in our mind? God. It proves existence of God. We can't be the cause. Yes or no? An idea of God is clear and distinct. So we should accept its existence. Note down again. Idea of God is clear and distinct. Clear and distinct. Idea of God is clear and distinct. What you have written? Idea of God is clear and distinct. So it has existence. It proves the existence of God. We can't doubt. एक बार सवाल है, why Descartes has not doubted on God. So clearness and distinctness is accepted as a criteria of truthfulness. Clearness and distinctness. Clear or distinct. We should accept existence of God, existence of soul, clear and distinct. And anything which is clear and distinct like soul, we will accept its existence. God's idea is clear and distinct like soul. That's why it exists. Two important things, clear and distinct. Two very, this was the criteria of truth. Criteria of truth. According to whom? Descartes. Criteria of truth. Last year one question was asked, first paper. You have to be very alert. अगर क्वेश्चन आ गया, इंडिकेट करता हूं मैं. Yes. See here, it's written in printed notes. One paragraph, वहाँ clear और distinct को हमने bold, italic कर रखा है. Go through that one. Take help of printed notes also. See here, clear and distinct. Very clear and distinct. Here see. Criteria of truth. A direct question possible to ask. What's the criteria of truth accepted by Descartes? Star दे लोगे. Here clear means क्या है? Means यहाँ से ले लोगे. And distincts referred to यहीं से ले लो. You will take help of my printed notes. Where? Paper 1, Descartes, printed notes, clear and distinct. Possible question, what is the criteria of truth accepted by Descartes? In first paper, criteria of truth. And once they have asked in 2-3 years before, at that time also, this one was the part of my notes. Clear and distinct. इतना क्रिस्टल क्लियर लिखा हुआ था, क्लियर एंड डिस्टिंक्ट, और उस समय भी बोल्ड और इटालिक लिखा हुआ था, इन बोल्ड एंड इटालिक फॉर्म. क्लियर एंड डिस्टिंक्ट नोट कर लो क्विक में. क्लियर एंड डिस्टिंक्ट थोड़ा बड़ा कर दें, ऑनलाइन वालों को दिख जाए. प्रिंटेड नोट्स देख लोगे, कुछ तो इसका भी तो लाभ लो. क्लियर एंड डिस्टिंक्ट. चला जाएगा डिटेल। क्लियर एंड डिस्टिंक्ट। क्लियर का मीनिंग क्या है? डिस्टिंक्ट। दिस वन इज एक्सेप्टेड एज anything which is clear and distinct, we will accept its existence. God's idea is clear and distinct, that's why we should accept existence of that thing. Clear? Bolo clear. Now next. Descartes clear. Descartes clear. We have an idea of perfect infinite God. Perfect means certainly you have to accept existence also. Perfect, necessary attributes, existence. Noted? नोट कर लिया। 25 को मिलाएंगे जो मैंने पढ़ा है, कितनी चीजें हैं, बियॉन्ड है कि रेंज में है? मेरे लिए भी चैलेंज है ये। देखते हैं, रेंज है, बियॉन्ड है, ठीक है। सारी चीजें पर्दे के पीछे हैं। एंड सी हाउ मेनी रिफ्यूटेशंस आर रिटन हियर? 1। अच्छा वो तो वहाँ का है, बहुत सारी चीजें होंगी। 2 3 4 5 6 7 पॉजिटिव कसम के इतने रिफ्यूटेशंस है, टोटल 9 रिफ्यूटेशन। अब इससे ज़्यादा जा नहीं सकते। इवन फैलेसी ऑफ कॉम्पोजिशन इज रिटेन, गेशेंडी के आर्गुमेंट्स को लिखा हुआ है, और इसमें कैटेगरी मिस्टेक भी होगा, इन वन सेंस कैटेगरी मिस्टेक भी होगा गिलबर्ट राइल का। जस्ट ओके, नेक्स्ट। तो वंस अगेन, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ आइडिया इन योर माइंड बाय बर्थ? What kind of innate idea of God in our mind by birth? Who is the cause? I myself or others can't be the cause of this idea. Why? Since we all are imperfect and finite. Who can be the cause? Only a perfect and infinite entity. This one is none other than, it proves existence of God. Here God is accepted, God's idea is accepted as clear and distinct. It proves its existence. इसको नोट कर लो। नोटेड। पैराग्राफ बना के लिखोगे, ऐसे लिख दोगे। बोलो yes or no. Possible to write? Is it clear? Second point clear. Next. Descartes. Difference between Descartes and Anselm. Difference between Anselm and Descartes. क्या डिफरेंस फिर एंसलम और डेकार्ट में? नोट कर लो। सेम थिंग। वेरी गुड, very fast. Note down. Anselm begins with the formula. Anselm begins with the formula, inverted comma, than that which no greater can be conceived. Anselm begins with the formula, inverted comma, that than which no greater can be conceived. Descartes begins with inverted comma the most perfect being. The second point is that if you see in Anselm's philosophy, on the basis of idea of God, existence of God is proved. But here, on as a cause of the idea of perfect God, existence is derived. See the point. एक idea से existence को जाता है, yes or no? And here, God accepted as the cause. Who is the cause of perfect infinite God? Who is the cause of the idea of perfect infinite God? God. Where? You must be aware, Anselm has taken help of scriptures and Descartes has tried to demonstrate existence of God. Note down. Anselm's arguments is regulated by revelation. 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 God reveals himself. Some sense of revelation is there. On the other hand, Descartes में लिखोगे philosophical demonstration of God's existence. Descartes के सामने हाइफन देखिए, philosophical demonstration of God's existence independently of revelation. बोलो, इंडिपेंडेंटली ऑफ रिवोल्यूशन डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करता है कौन? फिलोसफिकल डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन थॉट. Anselm on the basis of idea of greatest conceivable being, existence of God is proved. On the basis of greatest conceivable being, existence of God is proved. By whom? Anselm. Descartes has accepted God as the cause of the idea of perfect infinite. Descartes accepted God's existence as a cause. Descartes accepted God's existence as a cause of the idea of perfect and infinite God. As a cause of the idea of perfect and infinite God. Perfect and infinite God. Clear? Bolo clear? Is it clear? We have discussed first of all meaning of ontological arguments, and we have also discussed Anselm and Descartes, two great philosophers who have supported this particular thoughts ontological arguments in detail. And after that, you can see how Kant has rejected ontological argument. The most important argument you will find from Kant's side. And once we refute it, finally we have to write, although Kant has rejected ontological arguments, but accepted God on the basis of moral ground. God accepted as a postulate of morality. Clear? Clear? बोलो clear? सारे लोग बोल लो. Is it clear? Okay. The Anusa, what does arguments regulated by revolution means? Revolution topic number, see the topic number 5. We have to discuss detail the term revolution. I have not explained the term revolution. When I will discuss topic number 5, see the topic number 5. Reason, revolution and faith. So here I will discuss the term revolution in detail. Anusa. I will discuss revolution in detail. Clear? Lecture से stop. किसको stop कियो? Bhupinder, is it clear? Bhupinder, Chandan, Chandra, Mangesh. वो अभी मैंने जो ऑनलाइन चल रहा था उसको, जो यूट्यूब पे था उसको मैंने अभी स्टॉप कर दिया. Now we are going to discuss how other philosophers have refuted this argument. Clear? Now is it okay? भूपिंदर, नवीन, चंद्रदेव, यस, भूपिंदर क्लियर, नवीन शुरू हो गया, यस, मंगेश, यस, ओके, अंसार आलम, नवीन कुमार, यस, ओके. Now we are going to refute this argument, and we'll refute from the point of view of Kant basically. And see, so many times you will find questions related to how Kant has rejected this thought. First of all, see the question paper. See, in UPPCS last year examined Kant's criticism of the ontological argument. Direct question, how Kant has rejected ontological arguments. And see how many times this question has been asked. 21. See, UPPCS को छोड़ो, मैं IAS में दिखा. It's a repetition. See, first of all, see in which way 2008 8 से ही देखते हैं आगे तक, बहुत पहले नहीं देखते. Different versions of ontological arguments and Kant's critique of these arguments. Kant's critiques. So if you are going to criticize ontological arguments, use the term Kant. Kant को दिखाओ कि Kant has rejected. The teacher is not reading the term Kant, तो फिर तो प्रॉब्लम है. Refutation में Kant होना चाहिए. Yes or no? Next. Here also, can it be self-contradictory to accept the idea of God but deny the existence of God? 14. You have to refute Kantian point of view. Here also, here also in process of writing you can take help of Kant. The concept of God entails the existence of God. It's an ontological argument. Concept of God entails existence. Kantian refutation. And here also, is the ontological argument for the existence of God logical? Is the ontological proof for the existence of God sentencelum logical? Not. We can't accept. How? We'll discuss those things. Note down. Kant's arguments regarding Kant's arguments against ontological argument. Note down. Only आप try to understand in which way Kant has rejected. You must be aware in ontological arguments, existence is treated as a quality, necessary quality of being perfect. Yes or no? Existence is treated as a quality. Bolo yes or no? Quality means predicate. Quality means predicate. Existence is treated as a predicate. Predicate or quality. Predicate of quality of perfect element. Perfectness. But it is said by Kant that if you treat existence as a quality, so to explain quality, first of all, you have to accept existence of some other things. If you are saying black, bound to accept some object, first of all. You have to accept existence of something, then you can impose the term black. Yes or no? अगर आप कहते हो red, bound to accept existence of something, then you can use the term red. Red is a quality. बोले yes or no? So, to explain existence, we are bound to explain quality, must be aware. To explain quality, we are bound to accept existence of something. Then we can explain the term quality. अब कोई भी quality ले लो. आप कहते हो tall, bound to accept something first of all. Then you will use the term tall there. Tall is a quality. So, to explain quality, we are bound to accept existence of something. Yes or no? And if to explain quality, you are accepting existence of something prior to it. And now you are treating existence as a quality. So again, to explain this existence quality, you have to accept again the existence of something. Again, you will treat existence as a quality. Again, you have to accept existence of something. It will lead to infinite regress. It will lead to, पूरा पेज भर सकते हो इसी में. Write 2-3 पेज and finally write see it leads to infinite regress. Yes or no? जितना पेज है 3 घंटे तक लिख सकते हो. अब तो स्टॉप हो जाता है ना. And finally write see this one leads to infinite. See once again. In ontological arguments, existence is treated as a quality. Existence is treated as a, but to explain quality, we are bound to accept existence of something in the very beginning. Always existence of something is prior to quality. First of all existence, and then we will start to impose some quality. So if to explain quality, we are bound to accept prior existence of something. And again, you have to treat this existence as a quality. Again, to explain this quality, we are bound to accept existence of something. In this way, it will lead to. So, ontological arguments leads to infinite regress. According to whom? Bolo. Clear? First point clear? So, note down. And once you write Kant, you have to show कि infinite regress. ये आना चाहिए. Clear? Note down. In ontological argument, existence is treated as a quality or predicate. Existence is treated as a quality or predicate. Existence is treated as a quality or predicate. Clear? In ontological argument, existence is treated as a quality or predicate of the most perfect being. Quality of the most perfect being. Clear? The quality of most perfect being. But according to Kant, to explain quality, first of all, we have to accept existence of something. Existence is always prior to quality. In this way, it leads to, in this way, logically, it leads to infinite regress. It leads to infinite. How? ऐसे आप दिखा दोगे. Existence. आप ऐसे लिख लोगे. The most perfect being. The most perfect being. Yes. Existence. Existence. Certainly you will accept existence. And existence is a quality. Quality. Quality means necessary quality, you can say. Necessary quality, essential quality, or you can say predicate also. It's a quality. In ontological arguments, we have an idea of most perfect being, and existence is treated as a quality of the most perfect being. Necessary quality of most perfect being, essential quality or predicate of most perfect being. Now, to explain quality, अब यहां पे दिखाओ. We are bound to accept existence. Existence is required. First of all, you have to accept existence. Existence is required. Again, you will treat this one existence as a quality. Again, existence. To explain this quality, we have to accept existence. And in this way, leads to infinite regress. Leads to infinite regress. Dot, 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 infinite regress. एक ऐसे चार्ट बना दो. The most perfect being, existence, treated as a quality, necessary quality, essential quality. Now, to explain this quality, we have to accept existence. To explain this quality, we have to accept existence. Again, you will treat this existence as a quality. Again, to explain this quality, you have to accept existence. Yes or no? And in this way, it will lead to infinite regress. Fallacy of third person infinite regress. ये infinite regress की ओर ले जाएगा. Write this one infinite regress. Third person, वो fallacy of third person प्लेटो वगैरह में है. Third man fallacy है वहाँ पे. To explain one thing, you are accepting some other thing. Third man fallacy भी infinite regress की ओर ले जाता है. Even third man fallacy also leads to infinite regress. Yes or no? बोलो yes or no? Think. Next, second one. Ontological arguments also leads to fallacy of petitio principii. Note down. Ontological arguments also leads to fallacy of petitio principii. Fallacy of petitio, P-E-T-I-T-I-O, petitio principii, P-R-I-N-C-I-P-I, petitio principii. It also leads to petitio principii. That is, conclusion is already accepted in the above premises. What do you mean by petitio principii? Conclusion is already accepted. पहले लिख लो आप. Conclusion is already accepted in the above premises. Conclusion is already accepted in the above premises. Yes, conclusion is already accepted in the above premises. Now, taking help of one diagram, one argument, try to show. Note down. First point. Anything which is perfect and infinite has existence. Anything which is perfect and infinite has existence. Second point. God is second line. 3 line में लिखना है. First premise. Anything which is perfect and infinite has existence. Second premise. God is perfect and infinite. Therefore, God exists. Therefore, God exists. Therefore, third one. Therefore, conclusion indicator. Therefore is a conclusion indicator word. Therefore, God exists. After that, here conclusion is already accepted in the above premises. Here conclusion is already accepted in the above premises. Okay. Other things you will take help of printed notes. One more thing try to see. It is said by some critics that if you are saying perfect and infinite, idea of perfect infinite God. Idea of infinite God. So it entails existence also. Since existence is the necessary, entails means निकलता, it implies. Entails means उससे निकलता. If you, for example, idea of triangle entails means logical implication. This one is a symbol of logical implication. Entails 3 sides. So idea of triangle entails 3 sides. Idea of perfect infinite God entails its existence. Necessary quality. Yes or no? तो यहाँ ऐसे भी लिख लो एक थोड़ा रफ टाइप में, इंटेल्स, लास्ट ईयर टर्म इंटेल्स लिख दिया, कई लोग इंटेल्स में जाके फंस गए। जैसे इसको हम लोग पी हॉसू क्यू बोल सकते हैं, या पी इम्प्लाई क्यू, पी इंटेल्स क्यू। इंटेल मतलब उससे निकलता है लॉजिकली, इट इज सेड दैट इंटेल्स। तो नाउ सी, one group has said, critics have said that if you will accept idea of perfect infinite God, then question will arise existence. But if you will deny this idea itself, no any problem. If you are accepting this one and you are denying existence, then problem possible to arise. But if you will deny the possibility of perfect infinite God itself, a person may deny, I have no any idea of perfect infinite God. So no need to accept existence. If you will accept perfectness and then you will deny, see, if you will accept perfectness and second side you are denying existence, then problem possible to arise. But once you will deny the idea itself, no any problem. Bolo yes or no? A person may deny idea itself, so note down. दोनों चीज को डिनाई कर दो, नो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन। कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन तो तब होगा ना कि once you will have accepted perfect idea and denying existence. But if you are denying both, there is no contradiction. Note down. If both idea of God and its existence is, if idea of perfect God and its existence both are denied, then there will be no contradiction. Yes or no? बोलो yes or no? तो दोनों को डिनाई कर दो। बोलो apart from that you will take help of some part from Patanjali। एक और भी देखो इसमें है कि mere on the basis of idea, it's said by a number of philosophers that कि on the basis of, note down one more thing, on the basis of idea of perfect God, on the basis of idea of perfect God, only existence of the idea is proved. Only existence of that idea is proved, not its real existence, and not its real existence. all correct कर लो। On the basis of idea of perfect infinite God, only mental existence of this idea is proved. Only mental existence of this idea, mentally exist कर रहा idea, only mental existence of idea is proved. It doesn't prove its real existence. For example, if you have an idea of $100 in your pocket, it proves mental existence, not really $100 you will find in your pocket. तो अगर किसी के दिमाग में आइडिया है गॉड का, तो दिस वन प्रूव्स आइडिया ऑफ गॉड इन हिज समवन्स माइंड, नॉट इट्स एक्चुअल एग्जिस्टेंस, नॉट इट्स रियल एग्जिस्टेंस। यस और नो? बोलो क्लियर? मस्ट बी अवेयर these are the problems. And when if you write Kantian thought, ultimately you will write, although Kant has rejected proofs but not rejected God, accepted God's existence on the basis of। और देखो इसका इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है ontological arguments का, कि in all other arguments also first of all ideas we find. So in other arguments also, cosmological arguments also, first of all we are getting idea of motion, we are proving. So directly or indirectly all other arguments are related to this ontological argument. आप देखते हो तो आइडिया ही तो आएगा, मोशन, यू आर परसीविंग मोशन, सो यू आर गेटिंग आइडिया ऑफ मोशन, एंड नाउ यू आर प्रूविंग गॉड इज द फर्स्ट सोर्स ऑफ मोशन। यू आर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू आर गेटिंग आइडिया ऑफ कंटिंजेंट ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ दिस यूनिवर्स। तो अदर आर्गुमेंट्स आर ऑल्सो डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू दिस ontological argument. It is said all arguments are complementary. Yes or no? सारे आर्गुमेंट्स एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करते हैं, बट नो आर्गुमेंट इज सफिशिएंट इन इटसेल्फ, एंड इवन ऑल आर्गुमेंट्स आल्सो अनेबल टू प्रूव एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ गॉड अनडाउटेडली। नो ऐसा नहीं है। देखो क्वेश्चन ये भी एक पॉइंट बनता है कि हु हैज सी इट व्हाट इज सेड बाय डेकार्ट। सेड बाय डेकार्ट वी हैव एन आइडिया ऑफ परफेक्ट इनफाइनाइट गॉड। तो दोनों साइड से प्रूव होगा, ध्यान रखना। हु हैज इंसर्टेड दिस आइडिया and now if we have an idea of perfect God and analyze this one logically, so हम इसके कॉज में भी जा रहे हैं, ये or no, बोलो ये or no, दोनों साइड से हम इसको देख रहे हैं। see the point of see the in which way Descartes has said who is the cause of this idea, and if even perfect means certainly necessary, what is the necessary quality? Existence. So we are bound to accept its existence, and here God existence, this God existence is prior to the idea of God. Here we are mere proving existence. It is cause or not doesn't matter. See once again, think logically. By birth we have an idea of perfect infinite God. And if you have an idea of perfect God, bound to accept its existence. This one is clear? Bolo. But question is that who has inserted this idea in your mind? तो उस हिसाब से भी गॉड को लाओगे? बिल्कुल नहीं है। आप एज ए क्रिटिक्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बोल सकते हो कि गॉड हिमसेल्फ इज क्रिएटेड एंड प्रूविंग, बट हम तो उसको प्रूव भी कर रहे हैं ना कि हु इज द कॉज ऑफ दिस वन। हम सर्कुलर फैलेसी ले सकते हैं विद वन सेंस, कॉज भी है, प्रूविंग भी उसी का हो रहा है। नहीं, all ideas are not innate, must be aware. Idea of God, soul are innate ideas. Innate idea, by birth we have an idea. But who is the cause of this idea? Now logical question is that who is the cause? Think logically, who is the cause? No, who is the cause? I myself can't be the cause. You must be aware from existence point of view, first of all God exists and then soul, existence point of view. So first of all, who exists? God exists. Knowledge point of view, first of all, we find undoubtable knowledge of soul. First of all, we find clear and distinct knowledge of soul. But existence point of view, who exists first? God. Then soul. Then world. Yes or no? So who has inserted this idea in ourselves? इतना ही लिखना है, इतना लिख दोगे बहुत है। ठीक है? हैं? क्यों मानोगे इनेट आइडिया गॉड को? वहां तो ऐसा प्रूव ही नहीं है। कांट हैज डिनाइड ऑल सच काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स। ऑलरेडी नोशन ऑफ इनेट आइडिया वाज रिजेक्टेड बाय होम? लॉक। कहता कोई इनेट आइडिया नहीं है। कांट हैज नॉट एक्सेप्टेड लाइक दैट। इनेट आइडियाज मानता ही नहीं है कांट। वो तो कहता है कि माइंड में एक स्ट्रक्चर है, 12 categories are there, some other things are there, material we are getting from outside. How can you say any idea? Yes or no? Clear? Ontological arguments we have completed. कौन सा argument? And few refutations you will take help of. इतना बहुत है, इतना कर लोगे ना, सवाल जो आएगा देख लेंगे ना। कौन सा सवाल? 22 में आएगा। 22 में इसलिए आएगा 22 में कि लास्ट ईयर देखो आया है, एक तो न्याय फिलॉसफी से आया, दूसरा मॉरल आर्गुमेंट्स आया 21 में, 20 में एंसलम आ चुका है। बट इतना इंपॉर्टेंट ये आर्गुमेंट्स है, दोबारा तिबारा रिपीट हो सकता है। और ये सवाल पता नहीं कैसे पूछा था इसने, स्टेट एंड इवेलुएट द प्रूफ फॉर द एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ गॉड एज प्रोपाउंडेड बाय जैनिज्म। नॉट पॉसिबल, ये तो गलत दिशा में सवाल है। गॉड को पूछा किससे? तो इसका ऑब्जेक्शंस लगा होगा, इसका माइनस हुआ होगा 21-20 में। इस क्वेश्चन को हटाया गया होगा, 19 में हटाया गया होगा। नॉट पॉसिबल टू आस्क सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन। ठीक है, कोई होगा नया, उसको फिर बाहर भी किया, जिसने सवाल बनाया होगा वो आउट भी हुआ होगा। एक ट्रीटेड गॉड एज भगवान, भगवान एज गॉड, and in some books it is written like that. It is written Ishwar is accepted there. Will not accept in real sense. Jainas denies God. They are atheist basically. Jain and both are atheist. Jain and both are atheist. Must be able. Is it clear? Bolo, is it clear? So tomorrow we'll discuss cosmological argument. Clear? बोलो, इज इट क्लियर? प्रॉब्लम क्लियर? और तो बोल लो इधर से, यू हैव फिलोसफी बैकग्राउंड, ड्यू से हैं ये। और भी कोई है क्या फिलोसफी बैकग्राउंड वाला? ठीक है ना, वो भी नहीं है, फिलोसफी उसका नहीं है, इंजीनियर है वो। क्या हो, इंजीनियर हो? हाँ, इंजीनियर नहीं हो, वेरी गुड, अच्छी बात है, नहीं हो तो। ओके, थैंक यू, टुमारो विल डिस्कस कॉस्मोलॉजिकल आर्गुमेंट। आप कुछ प्रिंटेड नोट से ऐड कर लोगे रिफ्यूटेशन को, ध्यान रखना आप।